Seemingly, I have the energy. But do I have the focus to succeed? To accomplish the task that I set forth on my own? Do I have the discipline and the willpower to overcome the challenges set forth by the level of difficulty of the goals I am seeking to achieve, both spiritual and in physical reality? Am I a slave to my genetic code? Have I inherited the will of my father and his father? Do I have to live my life as a layabout? No, I don't believe so. I believe I have a choice to make. I could either spend my life living in pursuit of the goals and the levels of achievement that I want to, or I could spend it being frustrated at myself for never making the attempt to achieve those goals in the first place. It's not just the simple fact that certain levels of success demand sacrifices that the average person is not willing to make, be it time or work or some other cost. For the past 6 years, I've been studying marketing, sales, and branding tactics. But I've been afraid to begin implementing these skills, utilizing them to achieve goals in my life. I've been afraid to implement changes that would be positive in my life. Afraid of what people would think of those changes. Afraid of what I would think of myself once those changes would be made. I've always defined myself by others people's expectations of me. But if I continue to do that, I will never reach the level of success that I am making a push to do right now. When I was 17 years old, I met an entrepreneur named Michael Connolly. At the time, I knew I was going to be a millionaire one day. I just didn't know the how. I had all the energy and I had all the willpower, but I didn't believe in myself. So in every lesson I was taught, there was still a doubt in the back of my mind. As a small child, one of the ways I coped with my frustrations about my life was by saying that it'll be better one day in the future, someday in the future. At some point in the future, I will do those things. But I never took the time to clearly define those goals. I never took the time to set a date on when those things would happen. I never took the time to look at the cost, the time, and the amount of work it would take to achieve those goals, because I didn't believe in myself. So I learned lessons from this entrepreneur, memorized them, quoted them, referenced them in speech, but failed to implement them. I've wasted years of my life with this knowledge in hand. But I made a decision. I made a decision to begin implementing these tactics into my life. Surely, surely. Absolutely. And beyond a shadow of a doubt. For a long time, I felt I lacked purpose in being alive. Now I've realized I've never needed a purpose to be alive. To be alive is my purpose. It's a little known fact that the theme of this year for me has been live. Live 2018 has been a campaign that I've been living on for months. Not survive, not exist, not be in a state of repressed emotions and feelings, but to live, to enjoy life, to move, to implement, to assist others in their lives. Live 2018. That's what this whole year's been about for me. Should I be able to implement these changes in my life, I may be able to achieve varying levels of success day by day. Each day I may improve from one point to the next. Each day I may face failure, the threat of failure, right? But if I quit, it would be an insult not just to myself, but to everyone in my life who helped me get to this point. And I can't do that. I refuse to do that. So every day, every week, and every month, I make a specific change. I struggled with my weight for years, but now I'm on a diet. I struggled with finding good work for years, but now I found a decent job. I struggled with getting a foothold, with getting a regiment in to write the books I've always wanted to write, and now I'm doing those things. It's not a question of whether or not I can start, because I started 3 days ago. It's a question of whether or not I will continue, and I will. I'm making a conscious effort to achieve the goals that I am pursuing. I have signs up all over my house telling me the consequences of my actions if I don't even begin. It's time for me to begin now. One podcast every day, 2,000 words written every day, at least 8 hours clocked in at a regular job every day, marketing materials read every day, right? Every day, a step will be taken towards my success, and I will achieve stability, security, and serenity. This has been a Hyena Productions podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Wrong Side, Right View by Brandon Claudio. Have a nice day. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Also, if desired, place a request for future topics on my channel in the comment section. I hope to continue doing these podcasts daily, and hopefully we'll learn something together. Have a nice day, and I appreciate spending this time with you.